Good morning, friends. Welcome to morning yoga for your pelvic floor. Thanks for joining. We're going to get started on your mat. Lori decided we're starting lying down, so let's everybody lie down. And as you're lying down, go ahead and bend your knees, pulling your feet close up into your body, keeping about a hip width distance between your knees. And we're going to start this morning with pelvic rocks. So imagine a bowl of cereal on your lower portion of your abs, and we're going to spill the cereal forward and backwards. So as we tilt the pelvis forward slowly, a little space comes under the back, and we spill the cereal forward. And then as we rock the pelvis back, your hip bones will come closer to your face. The cereal will spill closer to your face. So we'll go forward and back. Now the trick with this exercise is I want you to do it with your lower abs and not your glutes. So if you find yourself clenching right here in your glute, you can reach around and squeeze it. Is it squishy or is it hard? You're doing it with your glute if it's hard. So I want you really to concentrate on using the portion of your belly muscles from your belly button down to your pubic bone and from hip bone to hip bone. So keep going, rocking back and forth with those pelvis rocks. Trying to only use those abs, so you'll contract the abs as you pull the hips up. You'll release the abs as you rock the pelvis down. Let's do 2 more and then we'll add on. And this next time, as you bring the hips up towards the face and your belly is contracted, we'll add a bridge. So go ahead and push the hips up into the air. So this is a glute bridge. This one does work your glutes. So if you reach around and feel your glutes, they should be working during this exercise. And we'll come down slowly. We'll come down upper back, middle back, low back. Release your pelvis, rock it forward again, rock it back towards the face, and then pick the hips up using those glutes. And we'll just go ahead and go through that. So we'll come down upper back, middle back, low back, release, rock forward with the pelvis, use the abs, rock the pelvis back, hips go up, use the glutes, and then coming slowly down upper back, middle back, low back, release, rock the pelvis forward, and then into a neutral position. Grab behind those knees, let the legs fall open. If you want, you can come into a full happy baby here. We're kind of in a happy baby prep right here. Full happy baby would be grabbing onto the toe or the outer blade of the foot. You do not have to do that to make this exercise effective. If you want, you can kind of just rock back and forth. If you're in the full expression of happy baby, go ahead and put those hands behind the knees, letting the feet fall down, letting the legs fall open, and gently pushing the legs shut. Let's take the feet to the floor and we'll cross the right ankle over the left knee, leg, and we'll make a figure 4. And so with your figure 4, if you need a strap to put behind your leg, if you can't reach it with your hands, go ahead and use a strap. If you can reach it with your hands and you can comfortably get your head, neck, and shoulder back down onto the mat, then go ahead and use your hands. Otherwise, use the strap. And while we're here, we'll just gently pull the leg in towards the body. Make sure we're maintaining our breathing. Taking this knee over towards the left shoulder. So just subtly changing the movement here. And then knee over towards that right shoulder. You should be feeling a big sensation in that right hip. Then over towards the left shoulder one last time. And right shoulder one last time. Bringing this leg back off the hip so that it's in line with your hip. We'll take the foot into the air. We'll point flex. This is a little sciatic nerve floss here. We'll do 3 to 5. Point flex. Down, up. Point flex. One more. Point flex. And then bring that down. Let's bring both knees into the chest, uncrossing that leg first. Take the knees, drop them to the left, and as you turn your body towards the right, look towards the right hand, trying to keep the right shoulder on the mat. If you want, with your left hand, you can take it on this right upper thigh, well, lower thigh really, and push down towards the knee gently, kind of giving yourself your own adjustment here. Twisting is super good for the digestive tract. And let's bring those knees back into the chest, give them a little squeeze. Dropping the feet down to the floor, knees bent, crossing that left foot over right, this time making your figure 4. Using your strap behind your leg, or you can use your hands, so long as you can comfortably get the head, neck, and shoulders back towards the mat. Ooh, I can tell I was off for a week. This left hip is complaining. Go ahead and make sure you're breathing here. Then we'll take this right leg, we'll orient the knee of the right leg over towards the right shoulder just a bit. It's just a subtle change in motion, taking the knee a little bit to your right. Then we'll take knee over towards left shoulder. Right shoulder. Ooh, Nelly. Back again to the left. Then you'll take this back into a figure 4 position. We'll do that nerve flossing. So up with that right foot, point flex. And do about 3 to 5 of these. And as you can see, I do pelvic floor exercises quite a bit. I have ever since I got my diagnosis. Even I have to do the exercises at least once a week. That's bare minimum to maintain my pelvic floor. I would say more like 3 to 5 times a week is more appropriate to maintain your pelvic floor. 7 days a week would be gold star. We don't want to get lax and not accommodate the pelvic floor. Let's take both knees into the chest, squeeze into the chest, rocking it over to the right, looking over that left shoulder, trying to keep the left shoulder on the mat. And if you want, taking this right hand, pushing on the thigh near the knee of that left leg, giving yourself a little adjustment. That'll give you a little bit more sensation here in the back in the quadratus laborum. Just opening things up a bit. Bringing those knees back into the chest. Let's bring the head, neck, and shoulders up just a little bit. Squeeze in. Then you'll release. Let's make a big, long capital I with your body, stretching out nice and long. Feeling like someone's pulling on your wrists, pulling on your ankles, making you grow taller. Bringing the arms in, the legs in. Let's roll over onto your side, coming up into a seated position. So in our seated position, we have easy seated, which is a cross-legged position. We'll leave the left leg how it is, and we'll take the right leg forward, and then you'll bend it behind. So in Pilates, this is called a mermaid pose. I like to call this back leg the chicken leg. And what you'll do, if you're a beginner or you're tight, you can have your left hand on the floor. If you're trying to be more advanced and it doesn't hurt, trying to stack the rib cage over the pelvis. Sitting up nice and tall, you should be feeling a sensation here in the right hip. Mine is pretty tight, like I said. Took a few days off. I can tell. Let's go ahead and turn the body. So turn the upper body to the right towards that chicken leg and keep turning. Put the right hand behind you. Look over the right shoulder. Then we'll turn to the left. Keep turning all the way until your chest is in front of your left knee. Then we'll bow over that left knee, bringing the chest down, arms out. If you need a little bolster here or you want to put your forehead on a block or something, that is all good. Coming up a little bit, especially if you're on a bolster or a block, removing that, walking the hands over to the right so that your chest comes over that front shin. Walking the hands back and then slowly stacking your vertebrae, sitting up nice and tall. If you need to, remember you can use that kickstand. If you want to be more advanced, bringing rib cage over pelvis. Sitting up nice and tall, taking one more deep breath in through the nose and out through the nose. Taking hands behind, both knees come in front. We'll windshield wiper those legs. What a relief. This time, a right leg will come in front like you're going to do an easy seated, and then left can come in front and behind. Remembering you can kickstand if you want, but ultimately trying to get that rib cage over pelvis. My left hip is tighter than my right, and if you have one side that's different than the other, that is perfectly normal. Just go ahead and breathe here, feeling like someone is pulling on a string on the top of that head, making you grow taller. And we'll travel to the left this time, taking the left hand behind you, looking over that left shoulder. Traveling back to the right until your chest is oriented over the right knee. We'll come down using that prop if you'd like. Maybe it's a yoga block, maybe it's a bolster, maybe you're fine without. Just really bowing over that right leg. Coming up just a little bit, just enough so that we can walk the hands forward over that front shin. Walking the hands back in, sitting up nice and tall here. Rib cage over pelvis. One more time, breathing in through the nose and breathing out through the nose. Hands come behind. We'll go ahead and windshield wiper those legs. And ultimately coming back into your easy seated position or whatever seated position makes you happy. Let's go ahead and inhale, bringing the arms up overhead. Exhale, bringing your hands to heart center. And I say to everybody, namaste. Thank you so much for joining me. May your coffee and your pelvic floor be strong today.